Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about what is atom and the size of the atom and also the symbols of the different atoms. Let's start.
Today we are going to study about what is atom, atomic size and symbols of atom of different elements. Atom, atomic size and symbols of atoms of different elements. The first one, what is atom? Atoms are the building blocks of all matter. We know that there are different elements around us, different types of matters around us. Thus, all matters are made by atoms. Have you ever observed a mason building walls? What is the building blocks of the huge building? It will be a single stone. Similarly, the building blocks of all matters are atoms. Atom is indivisible. We can't divide it again. Look at this picture. Here, different colors of atoms combine and form a compound. Next, how big are atoms? The atoms are very small. They are smaller than anything that we can imagine or compare. We can't see the atoms with our naked eyes. We can't see the atoms with our naked eyes. And atomic radius is measured in nanometer. The atomic radius is measured in nanometer. The nanometer means it's very small. Nanometer is a small meter. And 1 by 10 raised to 9 meter equals to 1 nanometer. And 1 meter equals to 10 raised to 9 nanometer. Let's look some atoms and their radii. Here, the radii of hydrogen atom 10 raised to minus 10. The molecules of water 10 raised to minus 9. Molecules of hemoglobin 10 raised to minus 8. Grain of sand 10 raised to minus 4. And ant 10 raised to minus 3. Apple 10 raised to minus 1. 10 raised to minus 10, that is the atom of hydrogen is very small. The small unit is 10 raised to minus 10. When we compare 10 raised to minus 1 and 10 raised to minus 10, the 10 raised to minus 10 is very small. Look at this picture. We can't see the atoms with the naked eyes. We can see with different machines. In silicon, atoms are arranged like this. But we can't see this arrangement with our naked eyes. Next, the symbols of atoms of different elements. The Dalton was the first scientist to use the symbols for the elements in a very specific sense. The Dalton was the first element used the symbols for atoms, and Berzelius suggested that the symbols of elements be made from 1 or 2 letters of the name of the element. Dalton using symbols but Berzelius using letters. This is the example for Dalton symbols, but this is not used now. We are using the symbols with letters. There are so many examples for here. Let's look. We have some rules for writing the symbol of an atom. The first rule, some name of elements were divided from the name of the place where they were found for the first time. Some elements give the name, that name of the place where they found. Here example, copper. The copper found from cypress. Cypress is a place. So, give the name copper. Cu. Some names were taken from specific colors. For some elements, for some atoms, we give the name of specific colors. For example, gold. We give the symbol that's taken from English word meaning yellow. And many of the symbols are the first one or two letters of the element's name in English. Here there are so many examples: hydrogen, aluminium, cobalt. For this all elements we give symbol from its first letter and second letter. For hydrogen we take the first letter H. For aluminium we take the first and second letter Al. For cobalt take first and two letter. But the first letter of a symbol is always written as a capital letter and the second letter as a small letter. And the next one, the symbol of some elements are formed from the first letter of the name and a letter appearing later in the name. For example, chlorine. In chlorine, for making the symbol, we take the first letter and third letter. And also in zinc, take the first letter and third letter. The next other symbol have been taken from the names of the elements in Latin, German or Greek. For some symbols, we take Latin, German and Greek names. For ions, Latin name ferrum, sodium, natrium and potassium, kalium. And we use IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, approve the names of the elements. IUPAC should approve the names of the elements. Next we are looking the symbols for some elements. It's very important. All students should study the symbols at least 20 elements. Aluminium Al, argon Ar, barium Ba, boron bromine Br, calcium Ca, carbon C, chlorine Cl, cobalt Co, copper Cu, fluorine F, gold Au, hydrogen H, iodine I, ion Fe, lead Pb, magnesium Mg, neon Ne, nitrogen N, oxygen O, potassium K, silicon Si, silver Ag, sodium Na, sulfur S, uranium U, zinc Zn. So, these are the elements and its symbols. So, all students should study the elements and symbols. It's very important.
Today's class we discussed about what is atom, the size of the atom and the symbols of different atoms. So, you should study the different atoms and their symbols. It's very important. At least you study 20 atoms and their symbols. So, all should study well and read the textbook, write the notes. Thank you.